Okay then, so right, here we are for this next week's card challenge. I've basically taken all the cards out and put them on the table this time. So I'm going to choose 3 and then we will make something with those 3. So I'm going to take that one, and we'll go with that one that's underneath there. And we'll get rid of the rest. So the 3 things that we need to use, we're going to use a theme of Shabby Chic. I need to use scraps and distress. I'm always in distress. Sorry. But anyway, yeah, so they're the 3 things that we are going to do. I don't know what I'm going to make, but these are the 3 things that I need to incorporate into whatever it is I'm going to make. So I'm going to go off now and shop my stash and see what I come up with. And then we can make something with these 3 elements. Okay, so I have been shopping and picked up a few bits and pieces. When I say I've been shopping, if you're new to my channel, I use this basket and I just literally go around and shop my stash. So I've got these stamps, these word stamps, a little bit of lace, whether or not I use any of this. I've got a whole bag of scraps. So we've got scraps. I've got some book page. I picked up some book page, some more scraps. My little hole punch. I've got a little bit of an idea of what I'm going to do. And then, as I say, there's scraps and all kinds of things in here. So that's what we've got to work with. Oh, and I've got a shirt that I've cut up just to throw that in there. I mean, I have got something in there that I did throw. I mean, this is what I'm probably going to use, and this is part of the shirt, so just that. So I'm just going to move that out of the way. Remembering these are the 3 things that we've got to do, I'm just going to put those cards out of the way. So what are we going to do? Now, the other day I saw, oh, who was it? I always do this and I always forget. I'll have to go into my history. It was Roxy Creations on YouTube. I will link the video below. I was actually watching her while I was at work, but well, she was on in the background. So I saw what she was doing. She was making accordion trifold envelopes, and I thought, right, I might do something like that with this challenge. So that's why I've got some book page. So I got this book page from the Concise, is it the Concise Flower book of Flowers of Britain book. So anyway, I'm just literally going to fold that. I'm using the paragraph on the back just to as a guide, and I'm going to go up to the last line of the first paragraph just to create a little bit of a envelope situation. So no real measuring required, and I'm just going to fold that down as well. So now we've got a basic shape for an envelope. So I'll just move that out of the way, and then we've got the book pages. Now you can cut this down to the same size as this, but I actually want to use the whole thing. So I'm going to take out 2 book pages and separate those. These are just from an old dictionary. And I'm going to fold this over. Fold this over in half. So 1 and there is 2. You don't have to use 2. You could do 3, 4, 5, however many you like, but I'm just going to do 2. And I'm going to get my glue and just, is that dry now? I've been waiting for this one to dry and I don't know if it is, just so then I can lift that off and peel it out. And then this is the Art Studio clear PVA glue that I picked up at the range. So I'll just decant a little bit of that into there, and then I've got some glue as well. So this is where we are starting. This is our base. Just pick out my glue, gluing implement. Is there any residue on here? This is, if you're new to my channel as well, this is why I love these silicone based brushes, because you literally do not have to clean them, you just have to peel everything off. Right, so I'm just going to go up the sides of each of these pages to create a pocket for all intents and purposes. Bless you. Okay, so just do that up one side or up both sides, and we'll just flatten that down. I'm going to let that set off and dry, and we'll do the other one. I'll try and stay in shot this time. So just move that up the sides of our book page. Now this is not, I'm not saying this is my idea or anything like that. This, as I say, was influenced and I wanted to have a go. And I just, when I pulled out those 3 things, I thought immediately that is what I'm going to have a go at. So I'm going to let those dry and then I will be back. Right then, what we're going to do now is I'm going to take, you should have like a little pocket like so. So I'm going to take some glue and I'm going to run that down the centre of the page. Just down the centre, and then line up your 2 pages and press firmly down the centre, and that will then create, I mean, you don't have to use pages, you could use paper bags if you wanted to. Fold the paper bag in half, obviously cut the end off of one side. In fact, I do have some paper bags somewhere. I'm going to get them and I'll show you what I mean. Right, so while that's drying, I've got some paper bags here. So it's essentially the same thing. But first what we're going to do is we're going to cut the underside of the bag. So then you've got a hole on either end. Now, I don't know if my small trimmer, if this bag's going to fit in there. It might not. I might have to get my big trimmer out. I might have to get my big one. Crafting on the fly. Well, my next big trimmer. So I'll just take a little bit of this bag off the underside off. Literally just probably about that much. 1/4 of an inch on one. 1/4 of an inch on another. Hopefully they're the same size. They do need to be the same size. Oh, look at that. No, they're not. Right. So I should just take that down a little slither more. Right, that'll do. It's probably not even straight, but I'm just doing this quickly. So then you would fold these over as we did do the pages. And then this, you could actually, what you could do with these is glue these 2 down the centre like that, and then you have your 2 pages. So what we're going to do, this is slightly different than the paper, but just find the centre of your bag, because obviously you don't need to glue down the sides because we've already got that, because it's a bag. So we're just going to glue that down the centre. I mean, you can go down both sides if you want. Push that up, and I'll show you what I mean. There you've got 2 pockets. Obviously that's not dry yet, so you can do that with that, and then do the same with this one. Fold it in half, grab your glue down the centre, press firmly, check you've got everything okay, then you can pop that into there, and then you've got a really nice accordion style folder. So I think, yeah, I'll do that on either side, and you could actually just have that on its own. So I'm just going to glue these together. And that's just something that just nice and quick. This is just like a little quick impromptu alternative to what we're doing for our challenge. And like I say, you can build up as many as you want of these and create a whole big accordion folder, put your ephemera in there, and there you have it. So this is what we're trying to achieve. So I shall put that in my supplies section. Right, so let's move back on to what we're here to do. Right, so we've got our 2 sections. Right, so as I say, you can have more. Then I'm going to open up the paper that we've just folded, and again all I'm going to do is go down the centre of one of the outsides of your book page. And then line that up with your fold as equally as you can on either side. Oops. Try not to move it like that. Pop that down, there you go, and then press that down. Okay, and then you can fold that one up, and then you're going to do down this side. I always glue the paper, not the actual envelope section that I've made, just because the paper is what determines the size of your pockets. So just push that all the way out. Now some of the glue might spurt out at the top, so, but this is basically what we're making. So I'm going to let that dry off, and then we can decorate with our scraps, making it shabby chic and distressing it. Okay. Okay, so we're moving now on to the shabby chic part of this challenge. I'm just moving everything out of the way. I was having a, while everything dried, I was having a little ideas moment, and I thought to myself, do you know what, I'm going to put some gesso on here. Now I was watching Scrimpingmommy the other day on YouTube, and she did a fantastic shabby chic, was it an envelope? Might have been an envelope, but what I'm just going to do is dry brush this gesso onto here, just to give that bleached out shabby chic look. And then she used I think it was it was gorgeous. It was like a pink, a dusky pink type ink on there, so I'll see what inks. I don't think I mean I have got pink ink, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. But as I say, it's just a dry brush, and I'm literally just going over, dulling down a little bit of the print. Just to give it that more shabby chic look. I don't know how long I've had this gesso for. I've had it for ages, from the works, and I use it quite a lot actually for doing, definitely when I do my mixed media, I use it a lot for that. So I'm just going to let that side dry, and then because I have got a heat gun, but I don't know where it is. Or do I? I do actually. I will probably have to get it out, but it's very loud. So I've got one of the really old ones. Is it in here? I think it's in here. Yeah, it is. But I'll just let that dry, and then I'll be back. I'm actually watching a dash of Dave at the same time in between doing all this, so multitasking. Right, so I've got out the London Fog Memento ink. I actually don't think I've ever used this, and I'm literally just going to darken a little bit of that down around the edges, just because I can't get away from grunge, I'm afraid. That is just me. So we're going to darken that a little bit. Very slightly, and it'll just take to the gesso as well. I might even do a little bit of stamping. Let's see what that looks like. But yeah, I like that. Now what I might actually do is, I've got my distressing tool in here. Going to distress down this side as well. Just to kind of match the other side. And then it sort of matches up on the other side. Yeah, perfect. Love that. Right, so I think as far as this particular bit is concerned, I'm quite happy with that right now. So I've actually, as I say, already done the printing out of the words, because I've got a few already, and I saw this on Arty Maze's Try It Tuesday, I think it was. She was making up some shabby chic tags in a swap with Yvonne White. So, and again, inspired, absolutely inspired, loved it. This is actually one of my son's old shirts, so I'm literally just going to cut a little bit of that and rip, and then just cut that section off, move that out of the way. I mean, it's going to be great because the shirt's going to last forever, because you're only going to need little strips, and I will use these and the buttons maybe for something else. I might even use the button in this, so I'll just leave that to one side. But yeah, so she got strips of fabric, and then I'm just going to get my stamping block, and some of these words, my Memento ink, because obviously we're not going to be washing it, so it doesn't really matter because it's on a project. Obviously if you're going to be washing it, I'm not sure what type of, you may have to use a StazOn because that's solvent based. So you can take all of these little sayings. I'm just going to take this one. This one says, "Don't forget to fly." And all I'm going to do is literally ink that up and stamp it out. Just as simple as that. And as I say, I mean, if you wanted to do something like this, if you went to the charity shop and they have like a 50p rail or a pound rail, and men's white button down shirts are 10 a penny, pop in there, get some of them, and then you could make these up and pop them onto a, you know, do like a snippet roll with them. You could actually just roll them up and, you know, use them as gift wrap or something like that over the Christmas period. Absolutely perfect. So I'm just going to cut these down and then I'll store them. But that's just as simple as that. So that's a little bit distressed as well, and it's shabby chic. Or you can grunge it up. You can do all sorts of things with that. So that's just what I'm going to do with that. So, but as I say, I've already got one here, and it says collect beautiful moments, because obviously we've got a envelope with loads of little sections in. Now, I don't know if you remember the other day when I said about the library, not library book, the books that I picked up on my charity shop haul. One of them had like a little library section in. In fact, I've got it here. For those of you who haven't seen that that video, I will show you. All our library books used to have this in it, and your little index card used to go in there to for your dates and things like that. And I just thought it would be fun to make my own, so I've made one. So literally it's just a piece of my scrap file folder, and I've just glued down one edge because that's like the fold, the actual factory fold, and then used my We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper there to chomp that. So I thought that would be quite cool on there. And then I've just cut out a piece of card to put in there that says documented, but I will need to just ink around that. And I've got some scraps here. I've got the lace that was left over from my last challenge. So let's just have a go at putting this together. Now I was thinking about popping it there, having that underneath, just there, and then that'll sit inside. I'm going to put that onto there, and then I thought I'd put that on the top, and then I'll finish off the rest of the envelope. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? I think that looks pretty good. So I'll stick, well, I'm going to ink all these bits up. I might ink that up as well, and then I will be back, because obviously when I'm inking, this thing shakes and I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Right, we're all inked up and I'm ready to start gluing these things down, and then we'll do the closure. So, as I said, I wanted to put that on the corner. Like so. Pop. Oh no, is it that way? Yeah, I'm doing it that way, aren't I? Popping that down. Just on the corner there. That's going to sit just in there. Lovely. Yeah, I find shabby chic very challenging. I don't know why. I just do. And there's nothing delicate and pretty about me, I can tell you. That's probably why. Right then, pop. I mean, the shabby bit's probably right. I don't know about the chic. Right then, so I'm going, and I stamped on here one of my wooden stamps. I've just stamped on there, so that can sit inside of there. I'm going to pop I do love these challenges though, because they kind of, well, again, as I've always said, they make you use things that you probably wouldn't have used, and they push you out of your comfort zone, because you do get used to just creating the same thing over and over and over again. And I think sometimes it's good just to have that little bit of variety. Now, I'm not sure if this glue is going to stick this fabric very well, because I've not used it for fabric yet. So it's also an experiment for that. So while that's setting up, we can work on the closure. So I'm just going to put like a little button on the top here, one of these type buttons, and then probably wrap it round, because it'll be like a floating style pocket. Oh, bear with. Right, it was the postman, and I'm actually going to unbox something, so that's actually quite a good opportunity. Oh, hang on a minute. Goodness me, it's like Piccadilly Circus down here. If it's what I think it is, oh, it is. I ordered this off eBay the other day, won it, and it is something to hold my inky things in. Oh, sorry. Let's move that box out the way. Look at this. Isn't that incredible? I love it. So anyway, right, that's what's just come to the door. Right, I'll move that out of the way and get on with the task in hand. Right then, so I'm going to make my closure. So with some scraps, I've got my little hole punch, and I'm literally just going to go, whoops, up about there. And then I get my round hole punch and try and centre it as best I can. I'd say that centre. I mean, it might not be, but whatever. And then pop that into there. I'm going to have that on there in the centre. So what is the centre anyway? So what is this? 7.5. So you want 3.25. So it's about there. So I will just put the hole in about there. Then we can just get grommet for that. I'm hoping I haven't made the hole too wide. Oh no. And then I'm just going to put that in and close that with my crocodile. I mean, I could have made the hole with the crocodile, but this is my son's old, because he works on the vintage railways, and that's my son's old ticket punch. I was like, oh, I'll have that. So let's put this grommet on. I'm hoping to get the big crocodile. So now we've got our little closure. I'll just put those away. And then I'm going to get some string. Yeah, I'm going to get some string, and then we'll wind that round. I know that's not actually quite centre, is it? Never mind. Oh dear. Right, it's all going wrong now. I'm going to get some string. Right, so I've threaded the string through, and all I'm going to do is just wrap it round, and then you can put your string through there and underneath, and then that just keeps it nice and closed. I probably should have used 2 of those, but never mind. And that basically keeps everything all nice. So you could have that as a floating pocket in your junk journal. So you can open that up, and then got, I told you some of the glue gooped out a little bit, but that's fine. And then you've got that inside there that you can pop anything in. So that is my little challenge. I would say yes to Shabby Chic. I've tried to do a little bit of Shabby Chic. I've used up scraps and I have distressed, or I am in distress, as I said earlier. So that is what I created with that challenge. And as I say, I was definitely inspired by quite a few people. I was inspired by Scrimpingmommy, Amanda. I was inspired by Roxy Crafts. Is it Roxy Crafts? I was inspired also by Arty Maze as well. So it's quite a collaboration of things that I've seen over the last week and are kind of fresh in my mind, and things that I have actually wanted to try out. So if you would like to have a go and do something with scraps, a bit of distress and Shabby Chic, if you would like to just use the hashtag PoppyKCrafts and share that over there, it would be amazing. I do actually have a Facebook page, PoppyKCrafts, so if you want to post it over there as well, that would be amazing. Or even on Instagram, you could tag me. I am PoppyKCrafts on Instagram, I believe, but I've got it all linked below anyway. So I would love to see if you have a go at doing any of this. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye.